Live stream today. Yeah, yeah, I mean, so stupid how this happened. Stupid internet just died. And I realized I was this far into it. So I'm kind of wondering, where was the last leave off? I remember the last thing I saw in the scenes, like, or at least looking at the playback, was this part right here. Doing the bare minimum. Oh, well, that's annoying. Because, like, we were just here moments ago. Time sure flies, yeah. Also, I realized I miscounted, so I'm about to readjust the stream numbers, like the parts. I realized I was off. I used 7 twice. Yeah. Technically, it should be 8. This one should have been... The last one should have been 8 before the internet disconnected. Or at least went down the way it did. So stupid. And it wasn't just, like, my computer having a hard time connecting. No, it also went down, like, from my phone. So I think it really was, like, the router. Something went on with the router for a moment there. Anyway, let me just read through. Okay, so collect surveys, plan next... Okay. Asking me to let that happen, don't be ridiculous. In a student council like that, there wouldn't even be any power to play around with. I'm just happy that even though I clearly need to ride them harder, those two aren't bad. Not there yet, but the new student council should be in good hands. How can you tell? After the festival, they asked me if we could also organize a Halloween event, like a haunted house or something along those lines. And a bunch of other ideas as well. Of course, my response was no, and me should tell them to do it themselves. They wanted it so badly. They were angry, for some reason. Of course they'd be angry if you said that, and me should deliver the message wouldn't help. I was angry too. All of a sudden they want so much. If they wanted a haunted house or a traditional snack cafe or a trip to the beach or whatever other cliche thing, why didn't they try to organize it before? It was like they were taking advantage of me. I worked so hard to organize those festivals. In return, they came to me with, "That was nice, but can you do this now? How about doing this? It's what I really want." Or, "How about doing this? It's what I really want." Shi-chan was wrong, though. Right. They wanted to join the student council so they can make it happen. I made them feel jealous and rile them up. That can be a kind of motivation, too. The desire to do something great spreads. Oh, whoops, sorry, that was Shizune. The desire to do something great spreads. Even if it's to show me up. They decided to take me up on the challenge nonetheless. I'm impressed. Well, for now. I have to see how it plays out a little longer in order to know for sure. She snaps her fingers suddenly, which sends Misha almost bolting out of her seat. Interesting, it gives us a possibility to get used to. That's right. We were going to have a party to celebrate passing the reins to the new student council, weren't we? Why not have that now? Or at least plan it now, and have it tomorrow. Alright, here we go. And now we are caught up. But they're not even in charge yet. In fact, that's the first thing you told them. You're not in charge yet. It seems premature. Misha, what do you think? I agree. It's too early. Plus, I don't think I can go anyway. Sorry. In fact, I was gonna leave right now. Why not? No comment. Come on, tell me. Well, okay. A way to not crack under pressure, Misha. I thought about it, and even when I didn't want to go, I would say yes. Usually. It's the average I am. I really should stop doing that. And this is a good place to start, I think. If it's a celebration to say goodbye, I don't want it. It'd be too sad. I want to do something else instead. And after all, He-chan, you, and Shi-chan will still be here tomorrow. It doesn't seem right. Besides, I have other school things I have to do today. I can't drop them just like that. We can postpone it. No. No early goodbyes. She looks very firm as she says this. Are you going to go now, though? Huh? Oh, that's right. Okay, besides now, no too early goodbyes, okay? I get it. Okay, later! With that, Shizune and me left alone in the student council room. Sunset slowly changes to night as we sit in silence, both searching for something to say. Would it really be that bad? Yeah, I didn't think about it like that, but Misha's right. I already set a mood, and it would be a sad one. Sad party doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. Why would it be sad? Is it a trick question? I'm sure of it. Shizune's eyes pierced into mine, waiting for my answer with a detached, analytical stare. I haven't seen it in a while. Feels familiar anyway. I consider my answer carefully, but also what it means for her to ask me. It could be that Shizune finds it depressing as well, or it could be that she doesn't understand why anyone would find it depressing. Both are equally plausible. I had a thought that when you graduate, that's it. It's gonna be the end of the student council. I was wondering if you had the same idea. Don't be stupid, I look forward to it. I won't be a student anymore, so the expectations are going to be completely different. People's expectations of me, and my expectations about everything else. It seems exciting. As for the student council, it should be in good enough hands. I don't have anything to be sad about. I don't think you're being honest. You looked upset about having to give the student council up not even a few weeks ago. It wasn't about leaving it to a bunch of newbies either. It was having to stop doing student council work at all. Unexpectedly, Shizune smiles. So you're not disagreeing? That doesn't make sense. Why would you want to have a party about it? I'm trying to get over it. Besides, goodbye celebrations are very important. People say the first step is the most crucial. But following it through and finishing cleanly are just as important, right? I guess that is true. Anyway, I don't consider it goodbye. But it's still an event. You still have to go through the proper motions. Are you going to? Aren't I going to what? Kiss me, of course. Is that the proper motions? It would be normal, wouldn't it? The natural thing to do. It's time to act decisively. If I don't, I'm sure my heart will explode. Oh man. I kissed her immediately. So quickly that I don't even have time to enjoy it. Even though she was prepared for it, Shizune blushes a deep red. I feel familiar heat rising in my neck and cheeks. No fucking way. The picture of the fucking grilled shrimp. Oh my god. They actually did it in the council room. They are shrimping. Yep. Pimp shrimping. Oh yeah, they both in the room. Exhausted, I lean back against the desk and try to regain my breath before putting my clothes back on. I notice a dull, hot throbbing in my chest as I put my shirt back up. It puts a bad aftertaste on everything that just happened. Like, oh shit, my heart. It was a lucky break that Misha couldn't be here, wasn't it? You're in an unusually joking mood today. I wonder what she had to do. Shizune chases the air lazily with a finger and points to the door. She got dressed pretty fast. Go see for yourself. Why don't you just tell me? It's more interesting if you see for yourself. Seeing is believing. Sure. Clever. Maybe I will. What about you? Are you gonna stay here all day? It's getting late. It feels like my last day as student council president, so maybe I'll sleep here tonight. It could be the last chance I have to sleep at my desk. Like, after a long day trying to meet a deadline. That's weird. I'll sleep in my bed. Sleeping sitting up is a skill. A very useful one. Also not good for your back. Bucket list getting filled. Right. For a moment after I leave the room, I actually do consider seeing what Misha's up to. Just because Shizune made it sound so secretive. As if she were building a time machine or something. But in the end, I decide not to. The night air is pleasant at this time of year. It's refreshing and a little humid, but also chilly as to make it uncomfortable to stay outside for a while. It's late enough for the courtyard to be all but deserted, too. After Shizune and I said our farewells to each other, I'd set out to return to my dormitory room. I didn't even make it all the way there, though, before getting distracted. It doesn't seem like a bad idea to go see what Misha's up to. I have nothing better to do. No homework. I'm out of anything worth reading. On top of that, I simply want to know, I already banged my girlfriend? This isn't my first time being in the main building after hours. But usually, it says I'm leaving the place with Shizune and Misha after a long day at the student council. Not entering it alone. The atmosphere is quiet. A word I would not normally use to describe these halls. It's a little creepy. A light starts flickering up ahead. It seems like a horror movie moment waiting to happen. Feeling a hand on my shoulder, I stiffen reflexively. It's not Misha, or else there would be hands clamped over my eyes and a sing-song "Guess Who" accompanying them. So who is it? I hope it's not Kenji, or at least that it's someone I know. Or this will take a turn for the weird. Whoever it is quickly slips in front of me. In front of me, it's Shizune. Oh, what are you doing here? I'm sorry, that I forgot to sign it. Shizune puts a finger up to her lips. Guess even though she can't hear, she has some idea of what loudness is. You can tell from my expression that was being loud. And apparently being loud isn't a good thing right now. But then why is Misha her interpreter? Oh, very funny. Why are you here? I was waiting for you to come see. I knew you would show up. It took you a while, though. Been waiting here? Yes, but that isn't important. We have to be stealthy. We don't want Misha to detect us. Tell me if I'm not being stealthy enough, okay? With that, Shizune starts slowly tiptoeing through the middle of the hall. I pat her on the shoulder to get her attention. That's not stealthy. Why do we have to be stealthy? She refuses to answer. Probably because signing and walking stealthily at the same time doesn't look easy. Before I knew it, we're in front of our homeroom. Suddenly a sound like a crack of a whip pierces the air, followed by a familiar expression of frustration. I'm sure a sound like that isn't good for my heart. Not to mention, everything sounds about 1,000,000 times louder with how silent it is. It's coming from inside the room, and I sidle up to Shizune to take a look inside. Can you stop throwing your pencil, please? How do you even throw a pencil that loudly? He looks very flustered. What an understatement. I sympathize with Muto. I was able to hear Misha's pen break the sound barrier even through a wall and a thick classroom door. He probably blew out his eardrums and left an imprint on the wall. I'm not throwing it. When I get nervous, I like to spin around, but then I forget I'm holding on to it and it goes flying. I've done that. I've done that where I mess around with a pen and then whoops, it goes flying like halfway through the classroom. It doesn't matter. Either way, there shouldn't be pencils flying around. I get enough of that during regular school hours. I don't need it after hours. Right. Sorry. Whatever. Just stop throwing or releasing or dropping things, please. Teachers have work too. I know Shizune watching the same scene I am. Mucho is yelling at the top of his lungs and Misha is being Misha. I can hear them reasonably well through the door, but Shizune obviously can't hear anything at all. So I wonder what watching this is like for her. She must know, since she understands well enough to want me to see it too. But I have to wonder if she ever feels like she's missing out on something. Having to work that much harder to understand what she's observing. It looks like she's taking supplementary lessons. Is she? Yeah. I answer despite knowing the question is completely rhetorical. Nisha told me she really wants to be a sign language teacher in the future. If she can get a recommendation, she can study overseas for it. That is why she is working so hard. Her grades are always kind of on the low side. Alright, see you around, A-Leave. I was getting attention at middle school for throwing a pencil. Yeah, there you go. Now I feel guilty. I haven't thought about what I'm going to do yet. Neither have I. The cheerful way that she signs is very unlike her. And is very obviously false. Let's get out of here. We don't want to be seen. It'd be a problem if we were caught standing out here like idiots. Where? The student council room? Ready for round 2. Shaking her head, she slips into the classroom across the hall instead. Great hiding place. Again, for round 2. You're unusually sarcastic lately. But the door closed is a good one. Anyway, wasn't it interesting? Yeah, but I'm not really surprised. I close the door behind us. Probably she's going to laugh soundlessly as she slides into a chair. For a second, it depresses me. I want to hear her real laugh. I've been looking down on Misha. I didn't think she had a goal at all. But it turns out that I was wrong. I made a careless assumption. I thought Misha was as aimless as I was. I was stupid. I lost. Shizune pauses to crack her knuckles, then folds her hands over each other, and leans forward in her chair. In the abnormal quiet of the building, you can hear Muto yelling at Misha again, even across the hallway and through 2 doors. Shizune's eyes are locked on mine. I'm blinking behind the gleaming lenses of her glasses, observing my reaction to her words. This is a test. Your opinion of people is rarely formed from how they respond to questions. It's how they respond to statements that counts. In hindsight, it makes sense. Shizune's inability to speak, as well as just her personality in general, means that anything she says is a big commitment on her part. Everything. For that reason, I sometimes doubt she has anything without a hidden agenda behind it. That sounds remarkably paranoid. Even Kenji would think so. Unfortunately, I'm so caught up in thinking about it that I forget to give her an answer. She takes it as there not being one. There was an invisible time limit to this test, shorter than usual. Just as I thought. What do you mean? You don't agree? Not really. It's not that. I don't get it. I want to force my will on people. How refreshingly honest. Don't give me a weird look like that. It's not like that was always my intention. At first I was just bored. I wanted to see someone's passion for something. Then I could try and beat them. I wanted to test their ability or their convictions. But it's impossible. No one has any passion for anything in the school. They just want to keep to themselves. I can't believe it. It's too boring that way. I thought there was no way these drab people could be for real. It goes beyond not wanting to make waves. They had to have some interest. They had to be hiding something. I wanted to expose it and reveal it and drag it out. One of the most successful ways to get people to open up to you and cheer them up is to open up with a story about yourself. And then you ease them into telling you about themselves. It's like give and take, but with an element of manipulation, which makes it interesting. I can't do that, but I tend to have Misha talk about me. For me, makes me seem arrogant. The message has to go through a messenger. I'm standing next to Misha, telling her to tell someone about me. You don't have to be able to read sign language to see that. If I were forced to sit through that, I would think I was arrogant too. I was frustrated. I couldn't even figure out a way to have a conversation with anyone but Misha. No one would open up to me. I came to the conclusion that I can't make people confide in me or believe in me. I can only hope to create things and show them to people and hope they make them happy. Or I could be more forceful and hope it would eventually stick to someone. I guess that would be me. Feels vaguely depressing. Somewhere along the line, I think I started to ignore Misha. Or, oh fuck. I accidentally double tapped the... okay. Text history. Or see her as less of a person or something like that. I took her for granted. I think would be the best way to put it. It was like she was just an extension of myself. I forgot that the whole time, Misha was there, opening up to me, and giving 100% every day. I missed what I was looking for, because it was in plain sight. How stupid of me. I really did become arrogant. That's why I've lost. I'm more short-sighted than I was back then. I went in reverse. She's pacing back and forth now, almost brooding, yet still filled with so much energy that she can't stand to stop moving. If you got her to hold 2 wires, I'm sure she's doing it with power light bulb. It's odd that I could have such a lighthearted thought while she's being so serious. And in spite of that, Misha tells me that I'm her inspiration. Isn't that ridiculous? I'm not the kind of person who can inspire others. Even if a person who inspires you is flawed, it can be acceptable. I've thought about this. There's even acceptable hypocrisy. For instance, if your hero was an athlete, but unsportsmanlike, they could still be respected for their athletic ability, even if they had shortcomings as a person. However, she snaps her fingers briskly. Feels like a thunderclap in an empty room, and she only takes a few seconds to stretch her fingers. Can I think of it? This is the most she has ever signed. Someone like me has no goals. It'd be totally unacceptable. It'd be the worst kind of hypocrisy. And hypocrites don't deserve responsibility over anything. They can't even manage themselves. How incredibly pessimistic. Makes me angry to think about it. I would hate myself just a few months ago. This must be how I look to others. And funny enough, it was Shizune and Misha who convinced me to stop. Without them, I'm sure things would be much different, and not for the better. Lately, I feel as though we pass around our miseries as much as we're supported by each other. But I think it just comes with the territory of having friends and being close to someone. You're the leader anyway. That's only because no one else wants to be. But that means you still are, since people are putting their trust in you anyway. In fact, does that make it more important? Either way, you are the leader. You are the inspirational figure, or whatever you want to call it. You're responsible for what you tame. I read that in a book somewhere. Huh, that's clever. Shizune only seems to show what she's feeling on her face when she wants to. But I don't think she's being sarcastic. I don't want to tame anyone, though. Being the leader and being looked up to, then. Same thing. I never wanted to be the leader, it just ends up that way. I don't believe that. All you do is try and grab more and more responsibility. Wait, I was going to tell you that I don't enjoy it. I don't care about being the leader. But I don't mind. I don't care about being the best, but I don't mind. You're right, though. About me wanting responsibility. Of course I want more responsibility. Having responsibility makes me feel alive. That's why I joined the student council. If there's no pressure, I just can't stand it. Even so, now I'm the leader. I always thought that being the leader meant you give orders, but it really is more. It's about having a goal. If I don't have a goal, then it's pointless. People would only be following me for my own enjoyment. They'd be selfish. It's a strangely moral viewpoint for a person who seems to love one-upping others so much. Resting her chin on her attentive finger, Shizune looks disarmingly childish as she thinks hard about her problem. The expression on her face is a little comical, because it's too obvious, and therefore very unlike her. Oh, excuse me, big yawn. It comes with a job. I think you have to be a leader. You wouldn't be satisfied with anything else. You would just get bored. Shizune doesn't reply, but from her annoyed expression, I think I've guessed correctly. I've been thinking that I need a little direction too. When you tell that it's important to contribute to it's important to contribute to society. What an unusual response. It's so out of nowhere that I don't know how to respond. And it also bothers me, though. I don't know why. That's because it doesn't seem like something that would come from her. Alright, hang on. Need some water. So I started to think that it isn't Shizune's thought at all. I wonder who told her that. Well, that was probably her dad. But there's a chance that she came up with it on her own. If so, it would be because she can't hear. Why do you say that? Just because. I don't believe it. I guess that's right, though. I see. How of it's the same for me. I hate it. I think everyone wants a purpose. Looking back, it makes sense that Shizune doesn't have one. All that energy would otherwise have been directed at something. Since she had nothing to channel it towards, Shizune lashed out in all directions. Reminds me of a downed power line flailing in a storm. Furious and incandescent, but aimless and dangerous. Just like Shizune. I want to say that this is why she feels the need to turn everything into a competition. But that's probably just how she is. Having a goal to put that energy towards is just the next level. How about this? I could go into business. My family is well connected, so it shouldn't be too hard. That comes out sounding a little unethical and nepotistic, doesn't it? Oh, excuse me. Whew. Alright, that was a hiccup coming up. Just gonna be a nepo baby. A little. I won't coast though. I'll work hard until I'm at the very apex. Where I have as much money as possible. So much that it'll be like I won't know what to do with it. I'll move on to the next step. After sitting on it for a while, of course, like a fairy tale dragon. You want to be a philanthropist. Tis, what were you thinking? That I want to be a miser? Well, that's true. It is part of the plan. Don't sell me short and stop there, though. Shizune still looks uneasy. Of course, even if she did seem to resolve her problem quickly, no one can get over their anxieties that fast. No one can solve their problems that easily. The important thing is, it looks as though she has her heart set on trying. It's still hard to tell whether that drive of hers comes from a good or bad place. But she has something to hold on to now. I can genuinely believe that she does. I'm happy for her. And at the same time, I feel a little cold. I'm the one who is behind. Now, I'm the only one without a goal. Oh man, they had sex in the friggin' student council room. You know what? I was even thinking earlier. I was like, huh. I was like, huh. There's only been one sex scene in this route, and I'm just like, there's no way it's just that, right? Oh god. And there it was. There it was, the second one, shrimping. I wonder why they're showing like seafood. Well, not seafood, but like just sea life, I guess. I mean, the last time we got like cuttlefish, I think. And this time it was like grilled shrimp, so. There haven't been any further disruptions since last week. Of course, that's my thought the week before that, and Shizune Misha's sudden newfound clarity had left me feeling a little lost and envious. I thought there was no way I could rest easy at the time. Unfortunately, nothing came of my worries. And before I knew it, there's enough to deal with in school that I even managed to put them off my mind. And still, everything was fine. I was wrong. I'd seen Shizune Misha's carefully hidden vulnerabilities, but they were still strong. Now, we're gonna be graduating soon. Oh. I've grown so comfortable here that it kind of crept up on me. When it did, I felt sad and didn't want to think about it. So I didn't. Not until recently. It was originally gonna have the most. Oh. Then the team members got him to rewrite the advice since he was the newest writer on the block. Oh. That dude really wanted the sex scenes. Hold on, I'm like feeling food like caught between some teeth. Hold on. Alright, well, that's probably the best I can do. Anyway. About a week ago, I started making a list of people I thought I should say goodbye to before graduation. The first rule I laid out for myself was that I would try not to write them down in any kind of special order. Like, least important to most important. Somehow, it ended up like that anyway. Even though it also ended up being a shorter list than I expected it to be. Kenji is somewhere in the middle. They said I would have to graduate eventually. Well, I showed them. I've lived here rent-free for more than long enough. When you take into account the rising cost of land, I think you could say I won in the end. You know what? I did win. History will acknowledge me as the victor. The victor of what? I didn't manage to stay out of sight and slip through the cracks. I beat the system. If you put it that way, it sounds like you just ran away from the system. Sometimes, running is the greatest form of victory. Like in the Olympics. I'm too tired to argue with him. Who's he kidding? Everyone knows the shot that is the best Olympic event in any case. So, what you're basically saying is, you won't miss it. Nah, miss what? School, dummy. No, I told you, this place is too filled with feminists. It's beyond saving. But at least I'll be able to get out before it reaches critical mass. I'll only come back years later when they build a statue to honor me. Do they do the 10-year later reunion thing here? How would I know that? Probably. Anyway, I have to start bragging now. Take care of yourself, man. Should have packed a week ago, like I did. Not that I had much to pack. Not that I had much to pack. That's not how it goes. You're supposed to do everything at the last minute. Men are better at doing everything at the last minute. The last minute can have more productivity than, like, the entire week before it. It's how we keep shit fair. Oh my god. You'll never understand our manly ways. You take care of yourself too. The salute he shoots backwards through the door, slamming it shut behind him, hard enough that the entire room probably heard it. I noticed a lot of people slam doors here. Maybe it's a local thing. Okay, I feel like right there is a good point to stop, especially since this is a new scene. Ooh, I want to keep reading, but it's probably better to stop that way and pace ourselves. This is my college school life. Oh man. Alright, I'm really hoping that I'm really hoping that that they stay together after graduation. Hisao and Shizune. I'm pretty sure that we're reaching the end. This is probably it. And as much as I want to keep going, I feel like this is a good point to end, and we'll continue next time. Next week will be the beginning of the spooky season, so spooky games are coming up for next week. For now, though, it's probably the best. Yeah, it's sort of the best to just stop here, but we'll have to put Katawa, Shoujo, and even Fallout on hold until after Halloween. And even then, I mean, there's still the fact that my birthday is coming up, and I might have a little bit of a staycation so I can recover and maybe even do streams early around then. Who knows? Or I might spend my time playing with Icy, but we'll see. Or watching things with Icy. Anyway, we'll call it a night here. As I said, good point to stop. Who knows? It might be near the end anyway. And then we're gonna start a whole new one very soon, a whole new route. Anyway, when is your birthday? November 9th. Next stream event might be Shizune's final. Yeah. It's starting to feel like it, honestly. Like we're nearing the end. Like I'm getting that vibe in general. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there. Maybe I'll go back to it just to see that bad. I'm assuming it's gonna be a bad end if you pick the other option and have sex with Misha, but. Alright. So we'll save it there. I had to adjust the stream names too since they got all fucked up. Especially with the stream dropping too. That's so dumb. But anyway. We'll stop here, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow night with EDF5. We're gonna just chill, shoot some bugs and aliens. Frogs. So, yeah, we'll just take these tomorrow. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining, even through the technical difficulties. That's a nice stream. Going back to that choice has a lot changed to come. Make for a good stream. Yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna be temporary. I mean, I have a few games I really want to play. And I figured, hey, they're a horror theme, why not? Let's give it a shot. And I did really well last year with it, so yeah, why not? Anyway. Alright guys, I digress. Have a good rest of your morning, day, night, whatever. I will see you guys tomorrow night with more. We're gonna do EDF5. So until then, choices in this game are few, but matter a lot. Yeah, I figured. Alright, y'all. So until tomorrow night, take care, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.